You see the headline. Let's jump right on into it. The Trump administration has named senior State Department official Michael Anton to lead the U.S. technical team in negotiations with Iran over its nuclear program, according to two U.S. officials granted anonymity to discuss sensitive diplomatic discussions. Anton, the State Department's policy planning director, is leading a team of about a dozen, largely career officials from across the government to hash out the details of an agreement that would place significant constraints on Iran's nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief. Where they getting these career people from? Because they keep firing people across all of. You know what? You know what? We got a skeleton crew of a federal government, so let's, I guess, rock with it. He is set to lead the first round of expert talks with Iranian officials over the weekend before Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, my apologies for any mispronunciations, meet again in Rome next week. Anton accompanied Witkoff to the last round of talks in Rome. He is the perfect man for the job given his experience and intellect. Most importantly, he will ensure that President Trump's agenda on this file is followed through, and administration officials said. How about we make sure things are followed through that are aligned with the geopolitical climate of the time and what's best for the people, those of us that are stuck here within the confines of the borders of the United States. Just a thought. Anton is a low profile and increasingly powerful administration official who worked on the National Security Council in the first Trump administration and later served as a fellow at the conservative Claremont Institute. He has not yet staked out a public stance on the Iran file, which has long stoked intense and divisive debate in Washington. He doesn't, he just needs to do his job. The talks are advancing as the Trump administration is split over whether to pursue diplomacy or resort to military strikes to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. Close ally Israel would like to see the U.S. attack now when Iran is weakened from previous strikes and with the hobbling of its main proxies. First of all, Israel, we're not your bitch. We're your big brother, unfortunately, for those of us that don't like this familial tie. But we're not your attack dog. You want them attack? Attack them yourself. Attack them yourself. Use the fullness of your military that you pulled from the corners of all over the globe. Instead of using so much of your military for propaganda bullshit all over the internet. Okay? Get some of those ladies and femme presenting individuals with that full face beat and put them into combat. Yeah. President Donald Trump, however, has said he prefers a diplomatic solution. Does Trump know what diplomatic means? Because we know he doesn't know what negotiations or negotiator means. It is unclear whether the U.S. will demand that Iran fully dismantle its nuclear program, which it asserts is only being used for civilian purposes, or work towards an arrangement that will allow Tehran to preserve some facilities subject to strict verification measures. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said in an interview with the Free Press released Wednesday that the U.S. was pursuing an arrangement that would allow Iran to import enriched uranium fuel so that Tehran could have a civilian nuclear program. There's a pathway to a civil peaceful nuclear program if they want one, he said. But if they insist on enriching, then they will be the only country in the world that doesn't have a weapons program, quote unquote, but is enriching. That's problematic. Witkoff has publicly shifted his stance on the talks since last week, after telling the Wall Street Journal and Fox News last week that the U.S. would focus on verification in any agreement. Witkoff later said the U.S. would not allow Iran to enrich uranium at all. First of all, Rubio and Witkoff, you all understand geopolitics. You can keep playing stupid all you want right now, and you can keep trying to posture, but we all know that's not going to work. Number one. Number two. Can we just get things done so that we stay at peace? Can you all stop trying to poke every fucking bear that there is to appease this machismo manhood of Trump? Okay, that's not how we're going to get it done. Let Lil Fredo continue to live vicariously in the Godfather trilogy. Okay, stop listening to him. I know, GOP, you made him your problem, but now you have made him all of our problem. Get a backbone, stand up, and get his ass impeached and removed. Please and thank you, expeditiously. Because those in the federal government that keep going along with this, just so you know, we can't fight here in the United States, not as a collective. So when other countries decide to come and collect what we owe and beat some ass, they starting with y'all, just to let you know. All right. Keep that in mind.